Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to another live build where we're going to show everything from start to finish using Claude Code. I hope everyone is having a good weekend, and there have been a lot of features that have been updated with Claude Code. And for this build, it's going to be a bit more technical. But I think if you're someone that's interested in how to learn how to use multiple agents to achieve a certain goal, this will show you some of the steps that you might need to visualize to have that next unlock that might be your next breakthrough for your business. So my name's Avi Hacker. I'm an AI consultant for real estate professionals, and I love tackling the hardest challenges and trying to bring that to life with AI. In the past, I have done building multiple agents on these third-party websites, but now with Claude Code being so great and so many features coming out, I want to show you the process of how I would walk through building a multiple agent real estate deal analysis system entirely from scratch. We're going to go through building an orchestrator agent that delegates certain tasks to sub-agents, and then we're going to input a property address. Then the system will run a comprehensive deal analysis. It will return investment recommendations and give supporting evidence. So my main goal for today is going to be setting up, like I mentioned, the orchestrator agent. We're going to have a owner intel agent that will research the property. We're going to have a market intel agent that's going to analyze the submarket conditions. We're going to have a public record agent that's going to pull zoning statuses, permits, public filings. We're going to try to create a underwriting agent that's going to run a financial analysis, and a legal risk agent to check for litigation and environmental issues, zoning issues around a certain property. Now, normally this would take multiple people, multiple hours across many days, and a lot of times you need things to be done quickly, fast, and accurate. Now, with all this technology coming out, it is becoming increasingly possible to make agents that start talking to each other, hand off information, and get some type of system up and running. And now I'm going to try to recreate it from scratch using Claude Code. And you're going to watch me do everything from start to finish with no shortcuts in the middle, so you could see all the bugs and how it's going to progress. So what I did so far is what you're looking on the screen is Cursor. Cursor is an IDE environment where you can open up folders to help you see all the folders as you code. You see here on the top left-hand side, it says real estate agents. That's all I did so far, was just create a new folder. And you see here, I have nothing in this folder. And we might use some of Cursor's capabilities on the right-hand side, but I find they don't really have sub-agents yet. So this is the terminal. And all we need to do, so I'm going to pull this up, and I am going to type in Claude, and that is going to open Claude Code within my terminal. And this is how we get started. So I'm gonna, as I do some of the steps, like I'm still learning all the capabilities of Claude Code because they're constantly releasing new ones, but I will show you some of the tips and tricks that I picked up as I have been trying to do this over and over and over again to perfect this. So right now we don't have any folders in the in my first folder. So what a general plan to do is to start planning on the task you want to achieve before you start coding out a task. So you could see here, I'm going to shift into plan mode on the bottom left-hand side within Claude Code. And then have I've written a prompt that I'm going to paste in here that I will show you how it will look. Okay, so it's not showing me the entire prompt. Let's see here. I'll paste this prompt. Let's see here. And this is going to be the prompt that is in the plan mode in the first folder. So now the goal is I'm writing, I want to build a multi-agent real estate deal analysis system from scratch. The goal, a user inputs a property address, the system runs a comprehensive deal analysis and returns an investment recommendation. The architecture, I want a manager agent that's going to orchestrate the sub-agents. As I mentioned, the owner intel agent, the market intel agent, the public record agent, the underwriting agent, the legal risk agent. And here is how I want it to work. And here is the investment criteria context. What I need from you is I want Claude Code to help me build out the vision that I am having in my head. So I wanted to propose the project structure. We'll build the manager agent first. We'll build the sub agent one at a time, wire them together, test them with a real property, and see how it works. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm pasting in here in Claude Code in plan mode. And you'll see how it looks. So the cool thing about Claude Code is it actually asks you questions as you start doing things to make sure it's clear on the type of analysis or your objective that you want to achieve. So it says here, which language runtime do you want to use for your building multi-agent system? So I'm going to click Python. And then what data sources will the agents use for the property research? I'll just use the agents that are going to browse public records just for this right now. How should the system be deployed? Right now, we'll just do it through the terminal. Or I'll say, right now, we'll build it through the terminal where everything will run in the terminal. And then I will build a UI to build on top of that after once everything is working. So the really cool thing about Claude Code is it has agents and skills. And I will show you the difference between them. But essentially, you're able to build out multiple agents that have their own knowledge base, instructions, and each of those agents are able to have their own skills that they're able to bring up when the task is necessary. So let's say you drop in an Excel spreadsheet and you need to do underwriting. So you could create a specialized agent that knows how to underwrite for your property and that has certain skills that can break down an Excel spreadsheet in a certain way that is specific to your deal criteria based on certain objectives. And you could build that out as specific as you want, and then also have multiple agents do multiple things at one time to push the boundaries on what's possible. Like a lot of the times, I like doing these crazy use cases because right now I firmly believe that if you put enough time into anything right now, anything is truly possible. And I think that is incredibly exciting. Okay, so what did it come back with for web scraping property data? Which public sources should the agents try? Yeah, let's uh I like all three. When property data isn't available online, how should the agents handle it? Let's just flag as unknown as continue. So it's pretty extensive in what it's doing to start building out the agent. And as you go, it's building out a plan that it will show us how it will build out this structure for us one at a time. And then we could say, okay, great, the plan is good. Let's go and build it. And then you'll see it will pop up and start building it for you. Okay, so it came back with our plan. So let's see what the plan is. Real estate deal analysis system implementation plan. So the overview is a multi-agent system that analyzes property investment opportunities using the Claude Code SDK. One manager will orchestrate 5 specialized sub-agents to produce investment recommendations. So here will be the tech stack that it will use. So it will use Python, Claude Code, SDK, web scraping. Okay. Okay, this all looks good. Data strategy, primary sources, missing data flag unknown, project structure, deal analyzer, agents, orchestrator, public. Let's see. I just want to make sure that they're building it as agents with skills, not just Python files. Okay, so sub agents, agents owner.py. Okay, so I just want to make sure to clarify. I just want to clarify that I want to build out this system as a manager agent within the Claude Code agent system as a markdown file. And then there will also be the other agents as markdown files, and they will all have access to their skills that they can call upon to use. I don't want this all being done in Python. I want it to be done as an agent orchestration system using subagents and skills. So now it's going to update its plan with my recommendations. Okay, hopefully my computer will not just start screaming at me. Okay, so now it gave me my new updated plan. Great. So now multi-agent tool using the Claude Code Agent framework, architecture, manager agent, orchestrator, how it works. I'm gonna give a property address to a manager agent. Manager agent uses a task tool to spawn the sub-agents. Each agent will have web search, web fetch, calculation skills. Okay, now the architecture, the agents will have manager, owner, market, public, underwriting, legal. Skills will have the underwriting skill and the risk scoring skill and the README for how to use the actual files. Okay, receive, launch, owner. Okay, great. Skills, underwriting. See here, it's going to get a summary, and implementation steps. It's going to now create the agents folder, the skills agents folder, the skills folder, build the manager agent, build the sub agents one at a time, create the skills, we'll test it, and we'll go from there. I like this plan so far. And now we will click accept edits. And we will see here on the left-hand side that it's going to start populating the folder with all of the agents and skills that it will be building. And it creates their own to-do list on the bottom, so it keeps track of everything it's doing. So if we see here, it created the folder real estate agents, the agents folder, the skills folder, and now it is building the manager agent for me. And this is how you are able to build out these incredible agent systems that you can do one input with and do 10 to 15 hours of work in a matter of minutes. You properly set up the instructions, the skills, fine tune it to your use case so you can put your underwriting criteria. You can name these agents how you would like for them to operate. And then once it's set up in your business, there's no competitive edge like it right now. So you see here, it created the manager agent. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so it named it that the manager agent. You are the manager agent for real estate investment analysis team. Your role is to orchestrate a comprehensive deal analysis by delegating to specialized subagents and compiling their findings into a final investment recommendation. So when given a property address, you will coordinate a full investment analysis and deliver a clear pass-fail condition verdict with supporting evidence. So it's just literally laying out all the instructions for the manager agent to know what to do when he receives a task. See here, everything is being systematically written. And this is all being done for me, keeping track on the bottom with the to-do list. Now we've created the market intel agent. Your specialized real estate market analysis, market analyst, focus on submarkets. See tools available, web fetch, search for properties, look up property type, and you could configure these agents to any single criteria that your company focuses on. Owner Intel Agent, you are a specialized real estate research agent focused on property ownership intelligence. See, look at that. Look for the person's name. Look for a corporation, trust, partnership. Look for an entity if it's available. So one of the things that has been incredible is, I know one of the biggest pain points is if you look at a property address and they're owned by a LLC or a corporation, it has been notoriously known to, it's been hard to find property contact information. So you're able to build out agents that when you take a corporation or an LLC to run it through these multi-agent orchestration systems, and it will scour the entire web trying to piece together everything it could find about this corporation and give you as much information as possible, like regarding their email address, their phone number, anything that it could tie from public sources, from the county website. It's truly incredible to watch. And hopefully we will get there tonight as long as there are not too many bugs. But if there are, the point is to do this live, show you how I'm going to get through it. And that is the point, to show the entire process end to end so you could all learn as I learn also and show you. Okay, public record agents. Okay, it's doing all of it. Code violations, property identification, looking up the zoning analysis, recent permits, tax assessment, active violations. Also, one of the cool things that once we actually get this running, Claude Code can actually take over your Chrome browser and will be able to click through websites to actually find out information. So now, let's say you have a property that's in New York that has a deed that you can locate through Acris. If you tell an agent to go to Acris and navigate Acris with the block and lot number, pull up the deed, get that information, and then synthesize it from there, it's now able to open up Chrome, go to Acris, click through all the buttons, fill it out for you, get that information, and now it will have that. It's incredible to watch, and 99% of people do not know this technology exists yet. So if you are one of them watching this right now, or are going to watch this in the future, you will be light years ahead of everyone. Here, underwriting. You are a specialized real estate financial analyst focused on investment underwriting. Your mission is to run a comprehensive financial analysis to determine if the deal meets the investment criteria. So now you can make your investment criteria and give it to the agent, and it will navigate your specific buy box and deal. Okay, now it's writing skills. Let's see the skill. Here is a general underwriting calculation skill. So income calculation, the GPI, the expense calculation, common operation expenses, the NOI, the cap rate, the implied value from cap rate, the debt service calculations, annual debt service, it'll give you leverage scenario tables, the debt yield. So like it's giving you a pretty detailed underwriting analysis. Let's say if you didn't have one at all. It's a risk scoring skill. The skill provides a framework for evaluating and scoring risks in real estate investment deals. Okay, risk factor, legal and litigation risks, environmental risks, zoning and regulatory risks, financial risks, market risks, and then it's giving each risk a point system, and then it's going to grade it. Here's some samples. And what are the deal breakers? Now this is building it on a general, like what it thinks right now will be good. And for your use case, you're able to now say, okay, this is my investment criteria. This is what I want to see analyzed from every single property. This is how I underwrite deals. So now this all becomes directly tailored to you and not to a general process that you might find on some other person's website that says it could just analyze deals for you. Okay, so now it gave me a README file. Okay, let's see. Multi-agent orchestration system. This uses a property management. Let's see the architecture. So like this is really cool because actually let me see if I could zoom in. Okay, whatever, it doesn't work. Okay, so here it gave me the architecture type, property address, manager agent, sub-agents, what they're going to do. Receives a property. Okay, great. Okay. Single family renting over it works lower price. Okay. Now let's test it with a property. Okay. So now I am going to go online. Let's find a property. I'll just look for a random property on Zillow in New York. Or let's see, Brooklyn. Actually gonna look for commercial real estate properties for sale. Okay, so now I'll just show you where I brought this so far. I just went on LoopNet. I found a 4 multifamily property that's going on sale. And let's see if they give me the address. They do not give me the address. Okay, I found an address. That's a multifamily property. And let's see how the first test runs and if it's going to work properly and as intended. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to want to say, I also want you to make sure that every single time I start a new session, you know exactly what to do. And you're going to update almost like a log of short-term information. So if this session ever gets cut off, I can just start a new session and it will know exactly where I left off. Okay, and then one of the cool things about this is you could type in like ultra think, which helps it think even more. Because one of the greatest limitations right now is that you only have a certain amount of tokens within a context window, and each agent has their own tokens. So that's one of the benefits of running multiple agents at a time, because if you're having one agent do multiple things at a time, your context window will get eaten up very fast. But if you have a manager agent control all these sub agents, all those sub agents could do the work within their own context window, report back to the manager agent, which will now have its fresh context window to analyze all of the data. Okay, let's run this test. See, I gave it the property address, and now you see here, it is running the full analysis on this property address, launching 3 research agents: the owner intel research agent, the market intel research agent, the public records research agent, the legal risk research agent. I'm just curious to see why my orchestrator agent didn't get launched. Did it even build my orchestrator agent? I thought it did. Oh, so they named it the manager agent, but it doesn't seem like it launched my manager agent. So let me say, why did you not launch manager agent? A user manager agent, 5 sub agents, but that's not what it did. And here's the thing with AI, you cannot trust everything it tells you it will do. That is one of the main things. You always have to trust but verify that what it says it will actually do. And that's where your expertise comes into play. So now we are waiting for the output of those 4 agents that were just launched for that property that we gave it. Okay, so now it finally took my message. Let's see what it comes back with and tells me. See, good catch. I acted as the manager myself instead of invoking the manager agent to orchestrate. The agents are still running. Let me grab their output, then we'll fix the architecture so the manager agent properly orchestrates everything. So like this is where you can pick up things that might get missed, and then you could create instructions to go forward saying every single time go to the manager agent, so it reads this file before it runs this program, that it will know to, okay, every single time I need to go to the manager agent, orchestrate the sub agents, and then go back to the manager agent. See, and then it periodically tests if those tasks are still running. Like that, this is the beauty of using Claude Code over, let's say, Claude in the desktop, because you are able to run multiple agents at a time, all doing their own thing, and then come back. And it is incredible to watch. So the terminal is a scary place. And it took a while for me to master as someone without a technical background. It is definitely daunting. But once you get even a basic understanding of the terminal, just to use how to use Claude Code, it unlocks so many possibilities that you could have never imagined were possible. So if we look, let's see, if we click Control O, can we see it's thinking? Okay, so it's still waiting to see. Let's see if the session state did anything. README. Nope. Let's see, agents. Not yet. Okay, we can actually look at these background tasks. Okay, so let's see. The market intel agent research was complete. Let's see. Can we see? Okay, we can't see yet. Let's see for the two running ones, public record research. Right now, see, it did a web research, did another web research, did another web research. Okay, so now it's done. Okay. All these agents are being completed. We can wait for this to, okay. They're reading the output of the agents. See here, this is where we have to keep track of the context left, because once that gets hit, the quality starts really degrading, and you kind of have to either compact the session or clear the session. So that's where creating these internal memory states actually comes into play, and it's really helpful just to start a new Claude Code chat or to clear the session, pick up where it started with a new memory system. Okay, so now it's running the financial underwriting. Let's see, run that in the background. Let's see if we could see. Okay, so I don't want that to. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. And this is the process of building out a system like this. So once we work out the bugs and create a UI around it, essentially you won't see all of this in the background, but this is the code behind it. So you'll be able to, let's say, have a nice user interface, says drop a property, and then it'll show loading. It'll launch these sub agents out from underneath the UI to scour the web. You come back, and then you have all of this information. Okay, now it's asking me to edit the session state. So yes, because I do wanted to add in what we have done so far. Okay, let's see what it came back with. Okay, an investment memo for this property, verdict conditional, confidence 72%. The Ramada Plaza is a 216 key full service hotel, 5.4 acres with a strong financial metrics. However, significant operational concerns. Key reasons: strong DCR, attractive returns, risk factors, operational severity high, gives you the details, property age, environmental proximity, like all of this detailed findings, ownership analysis. Not identifies. See, this requires the Albany County Clerk research. Entity type likely an LLC. Acquisition date unknown. Transfer history. Red flags. Market analysis. Did all of this. Public research. Zoning. Mixed use. Gives you the block and law. Active. Okay. Legal risk. Not on property. Recommendation: the deal works financially, but significant operational and due diligence must be met. Okay, so now your feedback, you're correctly noted I bypassed the manager agent and acted as the orchestrator myself to fix this. Modify the architecture so calling manager automatically triggers subagents. Register these custom agents as subcode. Let's do option A. But here, let's see. Your context is getting low, so I need to make sure that when I start a new session, you know exactly what we have to do. So can you make sure and update the session state that when I say, okay, let's continue, you know exactly what happened and how to move forward. Okay, great. We did not hit the context left. Now, resume instructions. What was built, the problem, 3 options, quick commands file to read. When you start a new session, say, okay, let's continue. Okay, great. So now we'll just copy that. We'll click clear. And we will write, okay, let's continue. Let's see if it will do what it said it would. Okay, I'll say let's continue. See, now it look at your session state and your logs to pick up where we left off last. Okay, see here, I see we built a multi-agent real estate deal analysis system, and the manager agent should orchestrate the sub-agents instead of me doing it directly. So now, which approach do you want? Modify the manager agent. I want to do option A. And I want the manager agent to orchestrate all these sub agents so I don't have to get involved until the output is done. And if needed, these sub agents could open up Chrome to find out more information about the property to dig in deeper if it needs to navigate a county website or to get financials. Let's say I also want you to build out a Claude.md file that will always load first every time, so I don't have to explain myself what is going on and what should be done. Okay, so usually with these ClaudeMD files, they usually get injected first. So you don't have to explain yourself every single time. And then it will know exactly what to do. So here, analyze, Claude will launch a manager agent via the task tool. Manager agent will orchestrate these tools, underwrite it, compile the investment memo, present it to me. It's going through all the agents, update the session state, browser automation, that they all have access to Chrome browsers, and it's listing out everything that needs to be done. And hopefully that will make it much more useful and reliable. See, so since we are within Cursor, we could also access Codex on the side. So this is where you could kind of run multiple agents at a time through different systems. So now I'm just going to click on 5.2 Codex. Let's just do medium. I don't want it to edit anything yet. I'll say, I want you to look through this entire code base, see what's being built, see my objective, and I want you to provide me advice on how to make this even better. So now, as Claude is going off updating my agents, I also have Codex running in the background, auditing my entire system structure that I built with Claude Code and analyzing it from Codex to see its perspective on how I'm building out this system. So now you could get multiple agents with multiple different opinions on how to make this even better. See right here, it's giving me, I mean, it might give me more errors now because it's not done. So I'll just see what it says. I read the whole repo. This is a prompt driven multi-agent system. Okay, broken encoding garbled systems, so multiple in docs. Okay. Yeah, but we're updating that. Okay, so I don't know if this is fair because it wasn't done yet. Let's just write, let's test it. Okay, let's bring up that other property we tested last time. Okay. This is the amount, square foot, and the property address. Let's see now if it works. Okay. Testing on the Ramada Plaza property. Okay, great. Let me launch the manager agent. Great. Now it's launching the manager agent. This agent will orchestrate all the sub agents. Awesome. And return the investment memo. So now let's see all the sub agents being launched. Okay. It launched the real estate deal analysis agent. Now it's reading the other agents to see what it has to do. It's doing all of these web researches. Look at that. Here. See. Look, it's analyzing these properties. It's doing all of these web researches, sale price, hotel market cap, the zoning permits, the lawsuits. And it also gave it all tasks. So you see here, it gave this task to the manager agent. You're the orchestrator. You are a general purpose agent. Your job is to accept a property address and then orchestrate 5 specialized subagents. Then it said parse the address, load the subagents, use the read tool to look at all the subagents, collect the results, do the underwriting, look at all the research, run a financial analysis using the data, compile the investment memo, and then do all of this, do the findings, any data gaps. You have access to Chrome. Okay, now this is awesome. Let's look what it's doing here. Let me see if I could share my entire screen. I don't know why it's not working. Let's see. Okay, so if you see here, let's see if I can get this on the screen. It opened up my browser and then navigated to this town and started clicking through the web page to find more information on its own. Okay, it's still doing all of these in the background. Let's see where it's up to. See if you see all of this. It's doing all of this deal analysis with all of these subagents, not taking up the context window of the main agent. So you can see here, the main agent only has around 3.3 thousand tokens, and all of these subagents are using the tokens, which is incredible. Could even run that in the background, and then we could see here, the deal analysis agent is running. These are all complete, and it is waiting for the investment memo. Let's see if it updated the session state. Okay, Claude MD file. Yeah, they all. Okay, looks good so far. See, this is not just using one agent back and forth in the UI. This is running multiple agents at a time to do 5 different extremely specific tasks all at once to get you a comprehensive report within a couple of minutes. I love to push the boundaries of what is possible, and it's getting unlimited at this point. I think it actually opened up another browser right now, and it's going to start clicking to find out more information. So let's see what is still running. Okay, complete. So the deal analysis is still running. Okay. MCP and Claude, web research, critical. Okay, I want you to see this. It starts taking over the screen. So it pulled up this screen, and it's able to click through Chrome to actually find information. So was it this one? So this one, okay, yes, it opened this, it opened this, but I think it got what it needed. Yeah, if you see right here, it's still doing more research and looking at different data. Oh, so now it actually just. Okay. Let's see if it needs to actually take over this browser and look for more information, because it's also running multiple research agents at the same time, and only if it needs to take over the browser and find out more information, then it will do so. Let me just check on it. See, I didn't click that. I didn't click I agree. It's doing it for me. Okay, it's still thinking. It's still taking over the browser. It's getting all the information it needs. See, right there. Okay, let's see. Let's see what it does. Like, and to be clear, I am not touching this browser right now. I think it's looking up the information to fill out this website information to get more property information about the research we're trying to do. Let's see if I'm correct. Let me see if there's no other browsers that it's using. See, right there. Okay, great. This is all by itself. It's truly incredible. Okay, it's thinking. It's still going to take over my computer, and let's watch it do it in real time to find out more information it needs to know about the property for our multi-agent orchestration. Sometimes it goes a little slow, but it's incredible to watch. Okay, on my side, the actual agents, it says it's still doing research and it's waiting for the deal analysis research agent to be done. But let's see. Let's click close for this. And progress. Let's see if I could try to share both on one screen. Window. Okay, so I think it was done using the agent. So let's go back to our Claude Code Agent. And let's see what it gave me. Okay. Investment memo. Conditional confidence 55%. Key metrics. Okay. Key findings: the good, the bad. Recommendation: proceed only if. What the agents did. Read all 5 agents. Ran 50 plus sub agents. Ran 50 plus web searches. Navigated Chrome to Town and Albany portals. Fetched LoopNet. Compiled a comprehensive memo. The new architecture works. The manage agent put all the research info into a new file so I can inspect it. I want to show you before we end this session that how it actually navigates online, which is really cool. And I wish it did it more once we caught it. So I'm going to try to show you a property so it could actually navigate it. There's actually, so as this runs, there's actually a Claude Code plugin. I'll show you. Let's see, property information. Okay, so now I will go, I'll take the property address. I'll open the Claude Code plugin on the side. I'll say navigate to Can you see that? Make sure it doesn't look like you can. Window here. Okay, so I open Claude Code on the side with their plugin, navigate to, and show me the information about the property. So now if you don't know how to navigate this website, watch and see how it will just take over your browser and navigate the website for you. Look, my hands are here. I'm not typing a thing. This is the future. If you want to stay ahead, this is what the future looks like and gaining an advantage. Right now, I am accepting 1 or 2 more clients to work with to show how they could use this to leverage their current practice or brokerage or real estate investment firm. So please reach out if you're interested in deploying this type of technology into your business. Look at all of this. It's getting all the information, navigating the website without me touching a single button. And this is what Claude Code could use by itself, taking over the browser for you. So I wasn't able to see it. But right now, it said here's the information, description, zoning, valuation. I could even say go to their, I don't know what website they use for financial website to get their tax history. I don't even know if that's publicly available, but let's see what Claude does. Okay. That's all I had to type. Let's see. Okay. So it tried to figure out where to get the information from. It's thinking. It's typing in the information it got from the tax map number. It found now the owner from from the street name. Like, if this is not blowing your mind on what's possible, I don't know what will. The amount of information you can gather and deploy and research and put together to make really good decisions on property information really quick and gain that advantage, it's not even close to what anyone can do right now if you don't know this technology exists. So now when you build this into sub-agents, and like we're doing right now, and building out multiple sub-agents where they each have their own task and they each have access to their own browser, their own skills. They can manipulate Excel data. They could all follow their own instructions, and it's all tailored to your exact workflow. There's nothing that can stop you. Okay, let's see here. Locating property tax history. Okay, so now it actually, maybe it pulled out information from there, but now it opened the Treasury website. See, this might not be public information. So I know in New York, Acris or the financial information you're able to see online. So I don't know in Albany if you're able to see all the public information, but I guess it will try to see what's available. It assesses a 34 return fee. See, it just typed in that account number, which I'm not sure where it got that account number from, but maybe it got it from the community indicator or the school taxes. Okay. Oh, it was able to find it. It is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Well, this is the taxes for the city of Albany. But the tax map number is for that. Yeah, right there. Location 3 Waterville Avenue. That's the property. This is the 2025 property taxes information. It took over my browser, went to all of these websites, tried to find it, got all the information it needed, and it found it. And now if we go back here, you can see here, it's still looking up everything. And you could even see all of the tasks that it did so far. It went to this website, took a screenshot, went to this website, took a screenshot, typed in here, took more screenshots, thinking screenshots, typed in this information, got this information, got this details. All of it without you touching one button. And this is what we are currently have available to us right now. Oh, now it's opening another tab. And this one says paid. So the other one was not a paid bill, but this one is a paid bill from 2024. So it's pulling up information to give you up-to-date information on what was paid, what was not paid. Okay, now while this runs, like that's insane. I just wanted to walk you through that. So that's gonna keep running. And now let's go back to Claude Code. So what you see here is this output was put into this executive summary with key metrics, key reasons, risk factors, the detailed analysis, the market analysis, the public records, the revenue projections, and everything you need to see. But now, okay, this is not, it doesn't look nice. So now I will say, let's first clear this. I want you to look through your Claude MD, your session state, and the analysis output. And now I want to create a nice UI to where I can enter a property. It will all do the analysis for me and give me a nice report that I'm able to read after in a presentable format, not in the terminal. Okay, and now I'm just going to do plan mode because plan mode works the best for these types of tasks. So it could actually think through everything that it needs to do. So it's going to create a UI for the deal analysis. It's going to explore the code. And one of the things that these agents are getting better at is actually running autonomously without your intervention. So let's say you were looking at multiple properties and you wanted to give it, sorry, but the other agent's still running and now it's pulling up the 2023 bill. So it's kind of going through all the years to give you as much information as possible. But you're able to now create handoffs between all of these agents. So let's say you upload an Excel spreadsheet with 5 to 10 different properties and say, okay, great, for all of these properties, follow the exact framework for all of them. And it will launch multiple orchestration agents with multiple sub agents for each one. And we'll start populating your spreadsheet or wherever you're working with all the current information. Okay, so now it's asking me what type of UI do I want to look at. So I want to build a modern web app I can run locally or deploy. Should the app save historical reports? Yeah, save it. How should, let's go live agent status. Let's do, I could also deploy it to Vercel, but I want to do it locally right now. Like we take this one step at a time. And I also want to say, I have sub agents that are specialized in building this UI interface. Make sure you're using your sub agents that are specialized in these coding tasks that you have to your skill set. So I'm going to put that in there. So it's now planning to use sub agents that I already gave it to the Claude Code system, that if it's building a next.js website, it has a sub-agent that is specifically tailored to building Next.js websites or Python websites or really nice UI interfaces. See, now it's reading all of the documents, and it deployed this plan sub-agent that's planning how to create the best plan for our interface that we're trying to build. See, let's look at this report while it's running. Here, this is 216 distressed hotel opportunity at an 8.5 million asking price. While the price appears attractive relative to replacement costs, property suffers from severe deferred maintenance, a D- BBB rating, and a documented operational issues. The deal could work for a well-capitalized buyer prepared to invest an additional 3 to 6 million in renovations, but only after significant price negotiations and comprehensive due diligence. Without verified financials and a clear understanding of required capital expenditure, proceeding at the current asking price carries substantial risk of negative returns. So obviously this is a bit broad, but once you give it your exact criteria of your buy box, what you're looking for in the financials, let's say someone emailed you those financials and you have the OM, you have all these details that you're able to provide it more information with. It's now able to take that information and give you the exact report that you're looking for and to underwrite the deal in the exact way to give you the most comprehensive report in a couple of minutes. See here? You're right. Let me leverage the specialized agents for better design input. I'll launch my experts in Next.js, front-end design, and database to refine the architecture. So you see here, now it's running my specialized subagents to build out this UI design. Like if you're comprehending where we're at right now, we're building a multi-agent system to analyze a deal. To build that multi-agent system, we are using Claude Code, which is currently using multiple agents to build a multiple agent system, which then to build the UI, I'm also using multiple agents to build that multiple agent system. So I'm leveraging 10 to 15 multiple agents as one person doing this live broadcast, building it live in the course of 2 hours, where this would have taken who knows how long. I was not a developer before this. I would say weeks, months, years. I don't know. Now let's see here. Allow edits during this session. Let's see what it comes back with. Okay, so now it's building out this data, this database. And by the way, that other agent is still pulling up property tax records for that other property we were looking at, and now it's on 2021, looking at all the paid property records. You can see here, I'll show you while that is running. This is open on my screen. It opened up 2021 paid, 2023 paid, 2022, and 2000. Okay, great. I just got a notification that it was done. So now let's open this. Okay, all I said was go to their financials. Right here, City of Albany, property tax history, property tax map, account number, 2025 tax bill, categories, status, unpaid, 2024, all of this paid, 2023, paid, 2022, unpaid, outstanding balance. And then you could look into why. 2021, paid, school tax, 2025 to 2026, balance due. Property shows a significant increase in assessed value. There are currently 2 outstanding tax obligations and the 2022 city tax plus school taxes. So as we were working on something else, this was working on all of that, and now we have that information. It is incredible. Okay, now that that is done, let's go back to Cursor and Claude Code. These agents are still running. Okay, now it got the input from the specialized agents. Now it's reading the output from the analysis, and it's going to synthesize everything into a final plan. Now it's going to write the final plan based on the sub-agents that we deployed to create that plan. And then the sub-agents are going to actually execute the plan that we created with the sub-agents. This is why Claude Code is so powerful. And everyone, if you are deep in the AI world, everyone loves using Claude Code. Now, don't get me wrong, Gemini, Grok, Codex, these are all powerful coding models, but I have not seen this capability to launch multiple sub-agents at a time as Claude Code has done it. Okay, so let's see. How do you want to trigger the Claude Code analysis when you submit a property in the web UI? Web app spawns closed CLI directly. Most things are just considered. Let's go CLI directly. Okay, so now it gave me the full plan of how to integrate this. Okay, it's going to build out property address input on the dashboard, live agent status in the dashboard, a beautiful markdown report. This is the tech stack, implementation phases, layout, report feature, dashboard, live agent, polish and responsive design. It gives you the architecture, the tech stack, the whole breakdown, the schema. Okay, and now it's initializing and installing the appropriate projects it needs to actually run this locally, like in a UI setting. Okay, I'm just going to say, remember to use your sub agents to make this go faster and your specialized agents that work for the appropriate tasks. See, for some reason, it always forgets to use its sub agents. So sometimes you just got to remind it. See, it's deploying its React expert. Two React experts. Three experts, all running at the same time, building this app in real time. Launched another agent. 5 agents launched. The most I've launched 12 agents at a time so far. And it's been incredible to watch. Okay, all 5 agents making good progress. Let me update the to-do list. See, when in a time have you been able to manage agents doing specialized skills while doing other work? It's never before. Like, this is all new technology, and the ones that are staying ahead of this and implementing it first in their business, there really is no competition. You could literally compete with firms, companies 10 times your size that are all using older technology or still relying on like older methods, because these could run 24/7. They don't need a break. They just, if it's set up properly, the sky is the limit. See, hopefully right now the context has reached 0. So hopefully it doesn't auto compact and then forget some of its information. Sometimes I like to handle that a bit better, where it will write to a certain file. Hopefully it did do that, but sometimes you do have to be a bit more specific on, once each agent is done, write to a file, and then the manager agent will read from that file as opposed to just from the agent's output. So just in case this scenario does happen, all that information won't get just summarized and lost. Okay, let's check on these background agents. See, now it's compacting this conversation. Hopefully it won't impact it too much. Okay, it's continuing to build the UI. Once this is done, I think we will call it a night. I think we accomplished a lot in 2 hours. As a recap, we set out an objective to build out a multi-agent orchestration system that will analyze a deal, and we absolutely succeeded. And we showed you how to use Claude on Chrome. Now we're just building out the UI to make it nice to run it all, but it worked. It was incredible. If you stayed to watch, I hope you learned to show, I hope you learned to see what's possible and how we could really push the boundaries in the real estate industry, and how if you're learning this technology right now, you will be light years ahead of everyone else. And if that is you, someone who wants to push the boundaries and really wants to give it their all, please reach out to me. Please. Because I love working with people who absolutely want to push the limits on what's possible. Okay, it is almost done. Okay, it even checks its own work before it's trying to deploy, and it will fix it itself. Now, the next step is once it's running, you're actually able to now use Claude Chrome to open up the UI and run tests to go through every single button, navigate every single API endpoint, and if there's any issues, go back and fix it itself. It is incredible what can be done now. So let's see. Come on. Okay, it says the app is working. Let's update the to-do list and summarize. Where is this app? Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see what it looks like, everyone. Now this is what we just created. Look at that. You type in the property address, you click Analyze Property, you'll see the analysis, 5 specialized agents, 50 data points, risk assessment, analysis, a reports button right here, total reports. Let's see. This is a sample report right here. All of this. Detailed owner, market analysis, rent comps, recommendations. This is insane. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, and there you have it. Right now, I'm just going to attach the actual back end. So when you submit it on the front end, it will run. But we did it from start to finish. Every single process I showed you how to use Claude Code with subagents, with using it, navigating it, and building the front end of the UI. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. And like I said before, if you're someone that wants to push the boundaries on what's possible and gain an edge right now in the real estate industry, please reach out to me. You could go on the aiconsultingnetwork.com, reach out to me on LinkedIn, go to my Substack. It's the AI Tactical Toolbox. I'm everywhere. I'm on YouTube. Like, if you want to get in touch with me, like, I'll be there to help you gain that edge. And my name's Avi Hacker. I'm the founder of the AI Consulting Network. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are located. And remember that anything is possible if you put your mind to it.